I want to start by acknowledging my actions and sincerely apologizing for breadcrumbing you. I know it must have hurt deeply, and for that, I am truly sorry. I want to take full responsibility for my actions, as I realize now how unfair I was to you. Looking back, I see that I wasn't treating you with the respect and dignity you deserve, and I regret that immensely. You are someone who deserves so much more than what I gave you, and it weighs heavily on me that I let you down. To be honest, you have been on my mind constantly lately. I've spent a lot of time reflecting on everything, and I've come to the difficult but important realization that I really messed up. It took me some time to fully grasp how much I hurt you and how much I truly value you as a person. You are an incredible individual, filled with love, kindness, and compassion. These are qualities that deserve to be recognized and cherished, not dismissed or taken for granted. I didn't show you that, and I can see now how much pain my actions must have caused you. For that, I am deeply regretful. I understand that I can't change the past, but what I can do is make a sincere effort to make things right between us. I want to show you that I am capable of being the kind of person you deserve, someone who is there for you, who supports you, and who loves you unconditionally. I realize now that I wasn't the person you needed me to be back then. I was immature, selfish, and not ready to give you the commitment you were worthy of. But I want you to know that I have grown, and I've spent a lot of time working on myself. I'm willing to prove to you that I'm no longer that same person. I'm ready to be the partner that you deserve, and I want to take full accountability for the ways in which I failed you. In particular, I want to apologize for specific instances where I breadcrumbed you, led you on, and gave you false hope. I remember canceling plans at the last minute, making excuses about being too busy, and generally being unreliable. But the truth is, I wasn't ready to commit. I was afraid of making a real, meaningful connection, and instead of being honest with you, I took the easy way out by keeping things casual and vague. I now realize how hurtful that was to you, and I regret it deeply. I can only imagine how confusing and frustrating it must have been for you, and I'm truly sorry for causing you that pain. I now understand just how much you suffered because of me. It took me some time, but I've come to see that I was stringing you along, and that wasn't fair. Your time is valuable, and I should have been much more considerate of that. Looking back, I realize I wasn't being honest with myself or with you. I was scared to face my own fears, and instead of dealing with them in a mature way, I projected those fears onto you. I regret not being more transparent and real with you because I know now that honesty and truthfulness are the cornerstones of a healthy, lasting relationship. I failed in that regard, but I want to do better now. Since we last spoke, I've done a lot of soul searching. I've had to confront some difficult truths about myself, including my fear of commitment and my reluctance to open up fully to another person. I've always been scared of being vulnerable, of letting someone in completely, and I thought that by breadcrumbing you, by keeping you at arm's length, I could protect myself from getting hurt. But in doing so, I wasn't just hurting myself, I was hurting you too. I see that now. I've come to realize that true strength doesn't come from hiding or protecting myself from pain, it comes from being vulnerable, from letting someone in, and from being honest with myself and with others. I know I have a long way to go in making things right, but I want you to know that I'm committed to doing so. I understand that words alone aren't enough, and I'm willing to take action to prove to you that I've changed. I don't expect you to trust me right away, but I hope that over time, I can earn back your trust and show you that I am ready to be the person you deserve. I'm truly sorry for the hurt I caused, and I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me. I care about you deeply, and I want nothing more than to make amends and show you the love, respect, and commitment that you've always deserved. My dearest love, I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, and after much reflection, I've come to a difficult realization. It hasn't been easy to process, but I need to be open and honest with you about how I'm feeling. I hope you can understand where I'm coming from when I say this, because it comes from a place of love and respect, both for you and for the people who matter most to you. The truth is, I'm struggling with the idea of getting too close to your family, and it's not something I take lightly. It's important for you to know that this isn't because I don't care about them or that I have any negative feelings toward them. In fact, it's quite the opposite. My heart is full of warmth and affection for you and everything that's important to you, including your family. I can see how much they mean to you, and that alone makes them important to me. However, despite all this, I can't shake this lingering sense of apprehension. There's this nagging worry that's been growing inside me, one that I've been trying to ignore but can no longer overlook. The thought of meeting your family fills me with anxiety. It's not that I don't want to know them or be a part of that part of your life. It's more that I'm afraid I won't measure up to their expectations. What if, after all the stories you've told them about me, they don't like who I really am when we meet face to face? I'm terrified of the possibility that I could somehow disappoint them or, worse, let you down. The idea of saying or doing something wrong, something that could unintentionally hurt them, weighs heavily on my mind. I know you've spoken so highly of them. It's clear that they are loving, kind, and important figures in your life. I can see why they mean so much to you, and I truly admire the bond you share with them. However, that admiration is part of the reason why I feel this overwhelming pressure. They mean the world to you, and you mean the world to me, and because of that, I'm filled with a deep sense of fear that I could fail to meet their expectations. What if I'm not the person they envision for you? What if they see something in me that makes them question my worthiness to be with you? This fear has been gnawing at me for some time now. The more I think about it, the more anxious I become. I keep imagining scenarios where I say the wrong thing, make the wrong impression, or somehow cause tension between you and your family, even if I don't mean to. The very thought of it sends a shiver down my spine and leaves me with a lump in my throat. I've always wanted to be the kind of person who complements your life, someone who brings you joy and strengthens the relationships that matter most to you. But now I find myself questioning whether I can truly live up to that ideal. I'm sure you've noticed that I've been quiet about meeting them. It's not because I don't want to be involved or that I don't care about the important people in your life. On the contrary, I care deeply. It's because I'm afraid of falling short, afraid of not being enough. I worry that I might say or do something that could harm the relationship you've built with your family, and that is the last thing I want to do. I fear that even if things go well initially, I could eventually let them down or inadvertently cause disappointment. I understand that family is one of the most important parts of your life, and it's something I want to respect and honor. You've spoken so lovingly of them, and I can see the pride and affection in your eyes when you talk about them. They seem like incredible people, and I know how much their opinion matters to you. And because I care so deeply for you, I feel this immense pressure to be someone they will accept, someone they will welcome into their hearts without reservation. But the truth is, I'm not sure if I'm that person. Please don't take this as a sign that I'm pulling away from you. Nothing could be further from the truth. My love for you is unwavering, and that's precisely why this has been so difficult for me to articulate. I want to make you happy, and I want to be the kind of person who makes you proud. But right now, the fear of not being able to meet your family's expectations is weighing heavily on me, and I felt it was important to share that with you. I'm not asking for answers or solutions at this moment, just your understanding. I hope we can work through this together, and perhaps in time, my worries will subside. But for now, I just wanted to be honest with you about how I'm feeling, and I hope you can see that this comes from a place of deep love and care.